Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to create Freshdesk contacts on JotForm submission. So here I have created a form using JotForm, and in this case I want whenever a new form is submitted, automatically a new contact should be created in my Freshdesk. So to automate this process, we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect, in which we need to connect a trigger and an action. So in this process, our trigger application will be JotForm and our action application will be Freshdesk. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create a new Freshdesk contact on a JotForm submission. So to automate this process, we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect. You can visit this page by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. After signing in, you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications provided by Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here you can see a create workflow button on the top right corner. Here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this button. Here in this create workflow dialog box, we have to give a name to our workflow. Here I'm giving the name as create Freshdesk contacts on JotForm submission. And here I'm going to select my folder as contacts. You can select your folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now to create a workflow, I'm going to click on this create button. Here in this workflow window, you can see two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. Here I'm going to select my trigger application as JotForm and my trigger event as new response. And here you can see we have received a webhook URL. That means we will use this webhook URL to connect our JotForm with Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to follow the steps given below. Here I've already logged in my JotForm account. From here I'm going to select my desired form, that is lead form. From here I'm going to click on this more. And from here I'm going to click on settings. Now here in form settings, I'm going to select integrations. And under integration, I'm going to search for webhooks. And here I'm going to select webhooks. And here you can see we have received the option of adding a webhook. So moving back to Pabbly. Here I'm going to copy my webhook URL. And here I'm going to add my webhook. Now after adding my webhook, here I'm going to click on this complete integration. And here you can see it says integration ready. So now here I'm going to click on this finish. Now after setting up the webhook, let's move back to Pabbly. And here you can see as it is waiting for webhook response. That means here we need to do a test submission. So to do a test submission, let's go back to my lead form. Here I'm going to click on this preview form. And here you can see the lead form which I have created for my use. So here I'm going to do a test submission and here I'm going to enter dummy data. So here for the first name, here I'm going to enter the name as dummy. Last name as user, and for the phone number here I'm going to add country code as +91 and a random phone number. And now moving forward, here I'm going to enter a dummy email such as dummy@pabblytudes.com. So here I'm done entering the data and now I'm going to click on the submit. And here you can see we have successfully submitted the response. So now let's go back to our Pabbly window. And here you can see we have successfully captured a response where we have received first name, last name, email and phone number. So with this we have successfully set up our trigger. Now let's move to action step. Here I'm going to select my action application as Freshdesk. And my action event as create a contact. And now to connect my Freshdesk with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your Freshdesk account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. Now moving forward, here to build a new connection, it is asking for API key and Freshdesk account password. So here following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my Freshdesk account. From here I'm going to click on my profile icon and from here I'm going to select profile settings. Here in my profile settings, you can see we have received the option of view API key. So here I'm going to click on this. And here I'm going to click on I am not a robot. Here I'm going to verify. And after verifying, you can see I have received a reset API key option. So here I'm going to click on this reset API key. Proceed. Again, I'm going to click on View API key. And here you can see I have received a new API key. So here I'm going to copy this API key. Moving back to Pabbly, here I'm going to paste the API key. Now here it is asking for Freshdesk account password. So here I'm going to enter my Freshdesk account password. And now moving forward, and here it is asking for Freshdesk subdomain. So here you can see it says enter your Freshdesk subdomain. Example, https yoursubdomain.freshdesk.com. Skip https and freshdesk.com. Enter only your subdomain part of the URL. So for this, let me take you back to my Freshdesk account. And here you can see in the URL, I have received my subdomain name, which is PabSense. So moving back to Pabbly, here I'm going to enter my subdomain name. So here I've entered my subdomain name and here I'm going to click on the save. And here you can see we have successfully built a connection. So now moving forward, here it is asking for full name, email, phone number and other details. So here instead of entering the data manually, here I will map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here we will map the data from the response we have received in our Jot form. Mapping makes our text dynamic so that whenever a new form is submitted, automatically this previously existing lead details will be updated with the new one. So here I'm going to map the full name. First, here I'm going to select my first name, space, last name. Moving forward, here I'm going to map the email. Moving forward, and here I'm going to map the phone number. After mapping the phone number, here it is asking for external ID, job title, language, etc. So basically these fields are not a required field. So here I'm going to leave them blank. But if you want to add any other of the details, then you can do it as per your need. So now moving forward, here I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. And here you can see we have successfully received a response. So now let me take you back to my Freshdesk account. Here I'm going to open the contacts. And here you can see we have successfully created a new contact with the name dummy user, email as dummy@pabblytunes.com and a random phone number. So with this, we have successfully set up our automation. Now let's test our automation to check whether it is working or not. So to test our automation, we need to submit a new form, and for that, let me take you back to my lead form. Here I'm going to refresh this window. And again, here I'm going to enter a new dummy data. Here I'm going to enter the first name as test, last name as lead, and for the phone number, country code +91, and a random phone number again. And for the email, here I'm going to enter test@pabblytunes.com. And now after entering the data, here I'm going to click on the submit. And here you can see we have successfully submitted a response. So now let's go and check our Freshdesk account again. And here in the contacts, you can see we have created another contact with the name test lead, email as test@pabblytunes.com and a random phone number. So with this, we have successfully tested our automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken a trigger as JotForm and an action as Freshdesk, so that whenever a new form submission is made, automatically a new contact should be created in my Freshdesk account. If you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.